the Coachathon is basically a 24-hour coaching extravaganza where coaches from all over the world, as we can see on this call, are volunteering their time to provide one-to-one coaching session online to a range of individuals. These individuals that you will be coaching are anything from, people who are just starting off in their career to really, really senior leaders in multinational companies. The individuals and companies that we engage with are paying to access a coaching session. And that payment is £50, 60 USD or 80 Australian dollars, which is a direct donation to MicroLoan Foundation. What I want to just make clear for everyone at the very start is that you will not be coaching MicroLoan Foundation's beneficiaries in Africa. And there are several reasons for that. Partly because the women that we serve are some of the very, very poorest in the world, and they don't have access to the internet. They may not even have electricity. And also, they need very, very specific coaching and support based on the context in which they live in, which also means they need coaching in the local languages, of which in Zambia there are about 72. So I wouldn't expect you all to know them. So on that, we can jump to the next slide, because I want to tell you about why we're doing this. So I said, okay, you as coaches won't be coaching our beneficiaries, but our staff, MicroLoan Foundation staff, does coach the clients that we work with. So we have got about 300 colleagues in Malawi, Zambia, and Zimbabwe at the moment. So MicroLoan Foundation is a women's empowerment and poverty alleviation charity. We work with some of the very poorest women in rural communities and help them start small businesses so that they can build a life outside of poverty and initially provide basic needs for themselves and for their families, for their kids, but really so that they can make a change in their lives and eventually keep on working so that they can build, a sustainable life where they don't have to suffer from poverty. We are seeing that the training, which is financial literacy training, business training, agriculture training, the training that we support is absolutely essential for the women's success. And this is why our work at MicroLoan Foundation is so intertwined and fits so well with the Coachathon and the coaching community. But I want to talk to you about Marita, because in the end of the day, it is the impact of our work is significant if you look at individual women's lives and their families' lives. And I met Marita the first time in 2016. She is an amazing woman. She's got a brilliant sense of humor. She's ambitious, she's driven, but she just happens to be born into a very poor context. When I met her, and you can see in the picture, that's in conservation farming training that she's taking part in Malawi, in the rural area. And she then, in 2016, she had a small farm, and had just been divorced, and she was the sole provider for 5 children, and it was tough. They were struggling with food security, so the kids often had to go to bed hungry. She wasn't able to take them to the doctor if they fell ill, and her oldest actually had to be pulled out of school to help her at the farm. As a result of getting access to from the training and the loans from MicroLoan Foundation, she was able to increase her harvest, and she was growing maize and soya. And this meant the family had food security, but soya is also a cash crop. So she was also able to sell it to generate a household income and increase the household income. I met Marita again last year, and she had then she bought more land, so she had a bigger farm, so able to produce more and sell more, create more income. But she's also started up a restaurant, and her oldest daughter is actually working with her in the restaurant, and she's selling, hot meals and snacks and drinks in this restaurant, and her businesses are thriving. And what is really beautiful is that she's able to support her families, their food secure, she can send them to school, they can go to the doctor when they fall ill, all that kind of good stuff that you want. What is one of the challenges in Malawi is that HIV and AIDS is still very prevalent. And Marita's brother and his wife died from AIDS about six years ago, so just after I met her the first time. So she has taken in her brother's 3 children, the youngest of which is HIV positive. And if it hadn't been for the loans and the training and the support and her ability to actually build a sustainable livelihood for herself, that youngest child would not have been able to access the medical care that the child needs. So the support that you are giving through the Coachathon is having a real life impact on women like Maritha and families like hers. Yeah. You want to go to the next one? There we go. I think we've got, who's Christina? Or is it Heidi? Who wants to do this one?
It's me.
It's Dennis. There we go. Sorry, I can't get it right all the time. Dennis!
Thank you. So the question that we always ask, and the question that we ask our clients as well, is what's in it for you? What's the value that you get out of this? From participating in the Coachathon, from a personal perspective, this is my 5th year working with the MicroLoan Foundation. I never thought, or never even put it into context, that I could sit here in Dubai, coach someone who's based in, I don't know, Stockholm, for example, and a woman and her children could get food and education in sub-Saharan Africa. But that's exactly what this partnership does. And I just think that it's awesome. I don't know. I don't want to think about it too much because I'll get emotional. But I think that it's just incredible the things that we can do as coaches and have impact on people that we never even have any sort of touch or contact with. So participating in the Coachathon is a great opportunity to meet people from around the world and expose yourself to them from a coaching perspective, and then also allow them to see what the benefits of coaching are at the same time. And the strength that comes with that, and then also the impact that it causes in the end. It's a great opportunity to expand your existing network of coaches. We have a really strong coaching community in the MicroLoan Foundation and the Coachathon that we want you to join and participate in. It's always great to reach out and see what other coaches are doing, or see how we can partner with other coaches outside of the Coachathon as well. This project's come up. It's a great opportunity to get some access to master classes. And if you need CCEUs for your accreditation, we have free CCEUs that we'll be offering as well to participants of the Coachathon. It's an opportunity to really position yourself as a socially conscious coach. I've had people reach out to me solely because they saw my posts online and they wanted to find out more of why I was doing what I was doing, and some became clients as a result of that. It not only does it feel good, other people recognize the good that we're doing as well. And then you have access to marketing and promotional materials that you don't have to create yourself. MicroLoan Foundation has created all of them, and they'll share those with you. It's easy. They give you the hashtags, everything. It's just a matter of you then kind of exposing those things within within your network. So those are a few of the things that are what's in it for you. I'll turn it back over to you now, Malin.
Thank you. And I've just seen that I've frozen, but I think that's, you know what I look like. So here we go. Do you want to go to the next slide, Cassandra? Thank you. So,
you know what, before we go to the next slide, if we go back, there was one thing that I forgot.
Oh,
the QR code that's down at the bottom. If you link with that, that'll actually give you access to the coaching community.
Brilliant. Thank you, Dennis. That's great. So, as we said earlier, we are now in the 5th year of the Coachathon. And for those of you who've been doing this before, you know that in that first year, we started the planning and put the Coachathon together in just 6 weeks. And I'm just absolutely delighted that we're starting a little bit earlier this year, because I'm thinking we're going to have slightly more of our ducks in a better row. What is so amazing is the impact that the Coachathon has delivered. Over 2,500 coaching sessions has taken place in 34 countries over the world in the past 4 years. Coaches have volunteered their time and helped us raise nearly £90,000, which is really, really amazing. And 3,400 women have been given the opportunity to either start up a new small business or grow a micro business that they already have and make it profitable. And as a result, nearly 40,000 kids have got increased access to food, healthcare, education, and have got better prospects for the future of their life. So I think it's really, really important. For those of you who've done this before, you should take on board and be really, really proud of what you've helped us achieve. And for those of you who are new, join the movement, I say. We've got still lots of amazing work to do. So yeah, there we go. So now it is time for me to hand over to Cassandra, who is going to tell you about how it works, what you need to do, all that kind of nitty-gritty information. Cassandra.
Thanks so much, Marlon. So just to begin with, you've met 3 of our 4 coach ambassadors. Dennis, Christina, Heidi are on the call. Marina, who has supported us as well for the last couple of years, she's also come back as a coach ambassador. Our coach ambassadors are really expert coaches. They provide all the expertise, the experience, and the knowledge to MicroLoan Foundation so that we can properly run this Coachathon and provide full support to all of the coaches participating. So an enormous thank you, to all of our coach ambassadors. First off, also whilst we're saying thanks, we're also really thrilled to be partnering with the UK chapter of the ICF, who introduced us to the network and really promoted the event. It's a really wonderful partnership that we're so thrilled to have this year. So let's look at the Coachathon, the nuts, the bolts. How does it work in a nutshell? It's taking place on the 9th of October this year, Wednesday, the 9th of October. You, as the coaches, you volunteer your time by providing 45 to 60-minute sessions, coaching sessions, in return for a donation to MicroLoan Foundation. That's a £50 donation or the equivalent, which is $60 US or 80 Australian dollars. The coaches or the clients, they will go onto the Coachathon website where they'll be able to select their time zone and search for a coach by coaching stream. We'll talk about the coaching streams in just a second. Here they'll be able to view all of the profiles of the coaches that are on the Coachathon website, and they'll be able to look for someone that they kind of connect with, that they want coaching from. They'll be able to book with that coach, and then through a unique Eventbrite link that they'll be sent, they'll be able to pay that donation so that the coaching can take place. The coaching sessions, they can take place on Zoom, they can take place on Teams, over the phone, really in any capacity that, or in any platform that you as the coaches and your clients or the coachee works for. So our aim, as we've kind of mentioned, is that all the coaching will take place on Wednesday, 9th of October. That is the Coachathon. But that being said, we really understand that that day might not suit either yourselves or the coachees, and we've got that flexibility where we can have coaching sessions take place a little bit before or a little bit after the 9th. So we can totally accommodate that. The best part of the whole Coachathon is that 100% of the proceeds that we're raising from the coaching sessions will go to MicroLoan Foundation supporting women like Maritha. Okay, so let's run through how this process works. Let's start with from your perspective as the coaches. First, the sessions will be running for 45 to 60 minutes. We're asking each coach to commit to a minimum of 4 sessions, and we recommend a maximum of 10 sessions. 10 sessions is a lot of sessions for any coach to take on. Doubtful that can be done in one day. we have seen a couple of our coaches do 10 sessions and offer 10 sessions, and that they usually spread over a couple of days. But that's a lot of sessions for anyone, which is why we recommend it as a maximum. Each coaching session, as I mentioned on the previous slide, the client or the coachee will pay for that, and that is a donation that comes directly to MicroLoan Foundation. So all of you will upload your bio and a photo of yourself onto the Coachathon website. And this is where the clients will be able to browse all of the coaches. To help make it easy for the clients to find the right coach, what we do is we sort coaches into coaching streams. There are 11 coaching streams, which you can see at the bottom left-hand corner of the slide, but you can read a full description of what each coaching stream means on the link on the website. We do appreciate that there's a lot of crossover, but please choose your top three. The three that best align to your area of expertise and your experience. Some of the streams do get oversubscribed, so we can't guarantee that you'll get your top stream. But the sooner you register and you fill out which stream you want, the more likely you are to get that stream. We also appreciate that you probably have many streams in your bios. So if someone wants to receive coaching from you outside an area outside of a coaching stream that you have been allocated, if it's an area where you are confident, where you've got experience, that's really within your wheelhouse, please, by all means, go ahead, feel free to provide coaching in that. The purpose of the coaching stream is simply to make it easy for the clients and the coachees to find you, to kind of find you on the website, to search through all of the coaches. So that is the point of the coaching stream. Regarding the region, you'll be asked to choose a region where you will be offering the coaching sessions in. That can be your region where you're based, or it can be the region where your network's based and you want to provide coaching in that time zone. So just have a little think before you select your time zone. It's really important that, because the time zone can't be changed once it's been selected. So we've looked at how it works from your perspective, from the coach's perspective. Now let's have a little look at how it looks from the client's perspective. They will go onto the Coachathon website, and the very first thing they'll be asked to do is to select their time zone. They will then have a choice of coaching streams. Once they've clicked onto a coaching stream, all of the coach profiles and bios will appear for that coach stream within the time zone that they're looking for. If you've got a client or a coachee that specifically wants coaching from you, they can still come onto the Coachathon website and they can go into the search bar, type in your name, and you'll come up as the first thing that they see. Once they found a coach that resonates with them, that they want to receive coaching from, they will then request to book. You will receive an email notification to the email address that you used on the registration form. So just, again, be mindful about which email address you use. You'll receive an email saying if someone has requested to book. You need to please respond within 48 hours. Also check your inbox constantly, check your junk mail, sometimes it goes there. You'll also be able to see all of your booking requests in the dashboard on the Coachathon website, but we'll come to that in a second. So once you get a booking request, you will liaise directly with the coachee or the client. For this, we ask that you do refer to the coach code of conduct, which when you get the registration form, it'll be available to download. Very important to know, as MicroLoan Foundation, we don't get involved in scheduling the session. We leave that to do for you to do with the client. We're a really small team. It's much more efficient if you do that directly. Also, it's really important that you've got direct contact because we ask that prior to the very first session, you ensure that the client understands the nature of the coaching, kind of what to expect, and if there's anything that they need to prepare to be aware of that. This is really also your opportunity to connect with those clients and to start building a relationship. So that's a really nice and special time. After you agree on the time for your session, send your coachee your unique Eventbrite link. They'll then use that Eventbrite link to go and make that £50 donation. Once that donation has been made, a receipt will be sent to you so that you know that that session can go ahead. We as MicroLoan Foundation don't need to see that invoice as that receipt as long as you've seen it. So just to summarize, once a client requests to book, you'll arrange a time with them, you'll send them the Eventbrite link, you'll get notification of the payment, and then you can confirm that the session can go ahead. I am now going to pass over to Christina to talk about coach requirements.
Yes, thank you, Cassandra. Hello, everyone. I want to just cover some basic details around the requirements for us as coaches and the commitments that they're making. And I'll answer one of the questions that's in the chat about the Eventbrite administration fee as well. So as most of you probably know, prior to coming even into the briefing call, that as coaches, we're required to have at least 2 years of coaching experience and a coaching qualification. Now, MicroLoan takes some very open and broad interpretation to a coaching qualification, so you don't necessarily have to have an ICF certification, but a coaching qualification would be like having completed, a coaching education, right? Some kind of, formal training that gives you that coaching qualification. So that's still very much important that we as coaches have some experience and have the education and qualification that can back that up. Again, like Cassandra said earlier, we're going to have to commit to hosting 4 to 10 coaching sessions within the 24-hour period that the Coachathon runs. And those can be anywhere from 45 to 60-minute sessions. We'll also read and agree to the coach code of conduct and adhere to the ICF code of ethics. So I've read through this myself. Of course, most of us are ICF accredited coaches. We're very familiar with the code of ethics that we all choose to uphold. The coach code of conduct is very much in line with the code of ethics, and it just includes a few additional details, that help, of course, form the basis for our conduct in context of the Coachathon. When using Eventbrite, there's a small administration fee that we as coaches agree to, take care of when we sign up and register as coaches and part of the Coachathon. And that is equivalent of £7 or approximately $9 US or 14 Australian dollars. Now, I already paid the administration fee here in the US. It was just a little over $8. And really what that does is that is associated with our own unique Eventbrite link. And so that ensures that whatever, fees that MicroLoan is receiving associated with the coaching session, that 100% of that all goes back to the women and their children, right? So as coaches, we're accepting that we'll pay that very small administration fee associated with using Eventbrite and having that unique Eventbrite link, again, to make sure that this all runs smoothly and that 100% of the proceeds, go back to MicroLoan and to the women and children who benefit from MicroLoan funds. And lastly, the other commitment we'll make is to share the marketing materials for the Coachathon provided by MicroLoan, approach our network of clients, prospective clients, and corporates to book sessions. Now, as I think Malin said at the very start, there's no requirement here for us coaches, but just as I've already been doing and spreading the word with coaches in my network, I'll be doing the same by spreading the word about the Coachathon with my clients and prospective clients and some of the corporates that I work through, because it again is a great way for them to benefit from coaching while also supporting a really wonderful initiative. So I'll just stop there and see if there's anything you'd like to add, Cassandra, or if Dennis or Heidi or anyone else would like to add. And I'll check the chat for any further questions.
Nothing from my side, Christine. I think you've covered everything. Great.
Okay.
So then I'll start chatting to everyone again. So now we've looked at the why we're doing this, you know, kind of what's involved, what a Coachathon is. Let's have a look at, you know, what are the next steps going to be. So after this call, you'll all receive an email from us with registration forms that will ask you to complete. The registration form will look something like this, where we'll ask you to fill out your name, your email address. Again, please be aware when you're doing the email address that everything, all communications will come to this email address throughout the lead up to the Coachathon. We also ask you to pick your coaching streams your coaching streams at this time, and the number of coaching sessions that you're going to be offering. So this is really important. Please can you complete it as soon as possible. The deadline for this is the 10th of July. But that being said, the sooner that you can send the complete registration to us, the better. As I mentioned earlier, we can't guarantee your first choice for your coaching stream, but the sooner you send us the registration, the more likely you are to be able to get that, because it won't be oversubscribed if you send it sooner. From there, we'll then sort all of the coaches into their respective coaching stream. This process is will take a couple of weeks for us to do. And then once that's done, we will send you logins to your coach dashboard, which is on the Coachathon website. You will create a login and you will create a profile. You'll see at the top on the left-hand side, second to the left, my profile. You'll go in here as the first point of call to start developing your profile. This is probably one of the most important things that you do in the lead up to the coaching sessions, because this is what will be displayed on the Coachathon website. And as the clients and the coachees come onto the website, this is what they will see. They will see your profile as written in the coach description, and they will see an image of you. The coach description is limited to 500 characters. So just take your time, be concise, you know, talking about what your areas of expertise are, what you're passionate about in terms of coaching. That's going to be what everyone sees when they're looking through coaches. Then we also ask that you upload a picture of yourself, one that's portrait, that's good quality, that's color, and is a maximum of 1 megabyte. It won't let you upload something bigger than that. The image, please, cannot be of you. In the past, we've had people try to put up images of an icon or an avatar, and this we found just really doesn't work. Clients, when they're looking for someone, wants to see who their coach is going to be, and those sessions where it hasn't been a picture of them, they haven't sold. So we really encourage, you know, again, take your time in terms of selecting an image. If you want to make changes to anything on this side, you can once it's got, but once you submit this, we will review it, we'll approve it, and it will go live on the website. The website we're aiming to have live by the end of July. So if you want to make a change once it goes live, you're welcome to do that, but you will have to go through the approval process again. So there will be a delay. So whilst we're reviewing and approving that, the one that you had submitted is still live on the website. So there is, you know, a little bit of time processing that. You'll also see on the coach dashboard, the My Booking section, I mentioned in a previous slide that you will receive an email notification every time someone requests to book a session with you. It will also appear here in the My Booking session. Every single time you get a booking request, please can you go on here, regularly look on here and respond to the clients. Here you'll get all of the coaches' names, their email addresses, and any messages that they decide to send you. You may receive, once your session is sold out, we will say, we'll go on to the website and change it to say that you're no longer accepting sessions because you've sold out. Amazing. But there might, again, we're a very small team in MicroLoan Foundation, and there are a lot of coaches participating. So it might be a slight delay. So you might get a booking request in the section even after you've sold out. So please keep looking at the section, and if you have a request, please always respond to every single request that you get, just letting them know that you are fully booked out. There is also a frequently asked section here. Please, we've been running the session, the Coachathon for 5 years. We know what the frequently asked questions tend to be. So it's quite a comprehensive list that you'll see on the Coachathon, on the Coach dashboard. So please come here to check before emailing. And again, it's just because MicroLoan Foundation is a small team. There are so many people participating. We want you to be able to get the answer to your question straight away, as opposed to waiting for a little bit of a delay for us to get back to you. Another great place to ask questions, if it's not coming up in the frequently asked section, is on the LinkedIn group. That's a fantastic community of coaches who are doing it for the first time, who have done it 5 years in some cases before. And, we're quite active on that LinkedIn page. So that's another place where you can ask your questions if it's not being answered in this section. You'll also see that on every single page of the Coach dashboard, unique Eventbrite link, your unique Eventbrite link is at the top. We ask that you kind of copy and paste that link when you send it, so that you can send it to clients so that they can pay and make that donation via Eventbrite. When you have corporates booking with us, they will receive a discount code as their company's already made a donation on their behalf. They still need to follow the same process, and they'll still need this Eventbrite link from you. Marlon will talk a little bit about corporates as we go, but this is where you'll find that Eventbrite link. Step 3. Now you're all set up on the website. The next thing to do is start selling sessions, start advertising sessions, telling people about MicroLoan Foundation, telling people about the Coachathon. And this is really important section for us as well, because our coaches have always been the driving force behind donations and behind getting people signed on and supporting and participating in the Coachathon. So you can do this by promoting the event through your existing network, your pipeline of potential clients, individual connections, social media. If you've got speaking events, if you're going to events, any opportunity that you can is a great opportunity to talk about Coachathon. Sure, your corporates of companies want to participate and they want to bulk buy sessions, you can connect them with us directly to make that process easier. And that just connect us kind of via email on contacts@mlf.org.uk. But again, Marlon will chat about corporate soon. To help you sell the sessions, we have developed a wide variety of marketing materials that you can use. And again, this is available on your dashboard. Anytime you need marketing materials, go to your dashboard, the marketing materials section, and you can just click and download, and they'll be available to you. I'm going to pass back to Marlon to talk about corporates. Marlon, are you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I had a slight laptop collapse for a bit. So corporates, one of the ways that we make sure that we get more people taking up the coaching session is that we engage with companies and organizations, large and small. So what we do here at the MicroLoan Foundation is we reach out to companies and offer them to bulk buy sessions for their teams. So sometimes we connect with someone very senior in the organization or with the HR department, with the training department specifically. Then we connect with them and they might choose to buy 50 coaching sessions for them, for their teams. Those individuals will then use a voucher to pay for the Eventbrite, to make the payment via Eventbrite. So you don't need to worry about that. That's not something you need to think about. But what we've seen is to make the Coachathon a real success, there's also, there's a limit to how big our network is as a charity. So we would love to get your support and your help to reach out to more companies. So they can basically bulk buy sessions of 10 sessions or more. We've seen a lot of success with coaches who are reaching out, especially to small and medium-sized enterprises and charity organizations, where companies that would normally not be able to afford to offer coaching to their teams. So this is a great opportunity. If you've got a company on the kind of in your network where you go, right, actually, they could never afford to pay for your services as a coach, this is a great opportunity to really sell coaching to them and for them to get a taster session of the impact that coaching can have. We've also seen quite a lot of success with engaging with department heads who basically get, say, 10 coaching sessions for their team members. And the reason why that works is usually because, 20 coaching sessions is £1,000. It's very, it is very, very affordable to give your team a really, really lovely treat. So it's really a win-win-win. It's, the corporates win, their employees win, the women in sub-Saharan Africa win as well. And hopefully you're winning as well. So we should add another win to that, because there's basically, as a coach, you might actually be able to secure a new client. And as you can see, we've had a lot of different companies take part in the Coachathon. So it's a tried and tested method, and we get a lot of really, really positive feedback from the corporates who are taking part as well. I think that's it on the corporate side. So I want to do a quick recap, just so that you know what are your kind of action points and next steps. So for you wonderful coaches, you will get an email tomorrow with the registration form. You will get this, the deadline to fill in this is 10th of July, but we strongly recommend that you get the registration form back to us as soon as possible. If you can do it this week, then please do. We will then sort you into streams, and then you will get another email. That's where you get your login details for the Coachathon dashboard, where you can then, you need to go in and create your bio and upload a photo. And that will then set you up. And after approval, that will then go live on the Coachathon website. We are hoping that the Coachathon site and all the marvelous bios of the coaches will be ready on the 22nd of July. I don't want to 100% commit to the 22nd of July because there may be technical issues, as so often we have in the world of website. But that's what we're aiming for. So you really want to get your bio up before then, basically. If you have any coach friends who might want to take part in the Coachathon, please let them know. This is only our second briefing call. So we've got a whole bunch of briefing calls happening on Wednesday, and we've got another one happening on next week. Is it Tuesday, Cassandra? Yeah. So still time for more coaches to sign up if they want to. We do also look for ways to sing about the Coachathon and the stuff that we're doing. So if you know anyone who works in the media, or if you have local newspapers that might want to feature you as a coach, as a socially conscious coach that's taking part in the Coachathon, we've had that happening in the past, which is really lovely, actually. And again, the corporate piece is a really, really important part to make sure that we're getting Coachathon success. So if you have anyone and you might want me to jump on a call together with you and chat to these corporates about the Coachathon, or Cassandra can come with you to do a call if that would be helpful, then don't hesitate to give us a shout. Send us an email to contact@mlf.org.uk. We will share that email with you if you haven't got it already. Yeah, and I think the next slide is me saying a massive thank you for taking the time to listen to this briefing, and I think we should go to